We've had people just walk up the driveway and say, all right, do you want to sell this? Are you ready to sell? Because we're ready to move.
They stop out front when I'm mowing the lawn and they say, who's the builder here?
We believe you want a home that is attractive in design, yet practical to live in. We believe that if you appreciate a sense of community, then we have something unique to offer. We're pleased to invite you into our world, to meet the Daniels team, and to see how we turn a house into a home. Precision teamwork starts at the top. Since 1949, John Daniels has been an innovative leader among Canadian builders. The Toronto Dominion Centre, a North American landmark, and the world-class Eaton Centre are testimony to a most distinguished career. John Daniels wasn't just interested in famous buildings. He genuinely cared for the people for whom they were designed. Aaron Mills is the realization of a John Daniels vision. Inevitably, his focus shifted to creating communities where the needs of people were embraced from the first blueprint. A vision for a complete community where families have easy access to amenities within established residential neighborhoods. And the Daniels team has succeeded in turning a house into a home because of our unique understanding of people's needs. Over 10 years ago, John Daniels invited a select group of people to join him in developing an integrated approach to design innovation, construction excellence, and customer service. As a team, the Daniels team.
Our neighbors in the backyard are always saying,
Daddy.
thank God we live here.
You walk in and it's just so nicely finished with all sorts of detail. It's not your regular new house in the suburbs.
Lovely detail throughout the house, angled walls and corridors, and a really great use of space. It flows very, very nicely from room to room.
There's a big difference.
And we use all these rooms.
A lot of their marketing and a lot of their designing of their subdivisions is it's done to encourage people to participate in the community, to get outside the house rather than staying inside.
We at Daniels believe that a house is not a home until it's part of the community. So we've designed our houses to help foster greater contact between neighbors. Well, for example, these verandas were specifically designed to get people outside where they could do simple things. Simple things like chatting with their neighbors. Refreshing touches like these verandas remind us that community living can still be a reality in the 90s.
There were a lot of things that sold me on the house, but I think one of the things were the verandas. They're like when we were kids growing up, we had front porches and we had verandas and our parents would sit out and keep an eye on us.
I wanted to make sure that we had lots of areas where the kids can play, a lot of grass, trees and the flowers, everything. All that is important for kids to see something, with aesthetic beauty for them.
Every Daniels community we design is distinctive in style and created for comfort. We believe you want to live in a true neighborhood, and that's why we've designed one for you. Whichever one of our styles you choose, from townhouse to detached, each one of our homes is invested with our attention to detail and our consideration for the people who live here.
We've had people just walk up the driveway and say, all right, do you want to sell this? Are you ready to sell? Because we're ready to move.
They stop out front when I'm mowing the lawn and they say, who's the builder here?
In a market that's not very strong right now, these homes sell in 2 weeks.
When you're walking around, you can see the quality of the construction and the type of materials that are used and the high-quality windows that are used. And you know that the place is well insulated.
The product really sells itself. That's why it's always exciting to get a Daniels listing. You can get into the guts of the house, so to speak, that a lot of people aren't aware of and don't see. But Daniels put a lot of extra effort into those areas, which produces a much better product, in my opinion.
I'm aware of Daniels and their involvement in projects in the city over a number of years, and they have a reputation for being a quality builder and have built some of our better communities in Mississauga.
I think the only way that I can express it is that it's almost like buying a custom-built home. They treat you here as if you were buying $1 million home.
Things that would be upgrades in other builders' minds or standard finishes for the Daniels Group, and just putting in the extra finishing touches.
We screw down the subfloors to prevent squeaks. We wrap the plumbing stacks to minimize water noise. We spray non-toxic foam insulation in the garage to keep your bedroom nice and warm. And we install drainage membrane to keep your basement dry. Experience has taught us what it takes to create a home that is both comfortable and cost-efficient.
It all comes together to equate to quality in my mind.
We've not been in a townhouse before, except we've looked at a few. And the quality here was definitely a lot nicer than a lot of the ones we had looked at.
I like the size and the fact that there is lots of room inside. We have very good neighbors, and there's a good mix in this area.
One of the things that really struck me as being wonderful about the Daniels Group is that people come together, and I hear someone saying, oh yeah, we bought lot 47. Oh gee, we're in 46, we're across the street or next door to you. And before they've even moved into the subdivision, they've already met their neighbors.
One of the things that we're very pleased with, and that is the trim in the interior is excellent. Much better quality than I've seen in any of the others. The quality of the railings on the staircase, the trim around the doors, the trim around the baseboards, they're excellent.
Home ownership is only as good as the relationship between the builder and the buyer. Now, the foundation of this company holds that when you need us, we're here. Everybody on the Daniels team shares a common commitment, and that commitment is to you. Like introducing you to a mortgage specialist.
A lot of first-time buyers, they don't realize that they can qualify for this or they can afford that. And when you sit down with them and you spend an hour and a half to 2 hours with these first-time buyers or second-time buyers even who have no idea of what is out there, and you show them different ways of being able to qualify for the mortgage, different payment structures, and they get that final mortgage commitment, it's a wonderful feeling.
The Daniels Group is unique. We don't build houses. We build homes and we fulfill dreams. I think everybody's dream is to own a house or a home. I know it was mine for a very long time, and sometimes in your life you reach a point where you think you'll probably never get involved in home ownership and never have a house. And it's the most exciting, wonderful, scary thing you'll ever do in your life is buy a house. I know I've done it twice, both times with the Daniels Group, so I've had the advantage of knowing who I'm buying from, and we like to know our homeowners and we like them to know us.
The thing that impressed me most when we first started talking to the Daniels people was the level of service that they were prepared to provide. It was just not something that I saw anywhere else. They were accommodating in every way. They would virtually do anything you wanted. It was almost like buying a custom home.
An average of 20% of our purchasers are referrals, and that is very, very high in the building industry.
Yeah, we have a friend who already bought on the other side of the street.
Yep. Really?
So yeah, and we're working on another friend, an old neighbor of ours, to move into the new section. So yeah, we highly recommend it.
Highly.
Just from living here, we've sold Daniels properties to 6 or 7 of our friends. My mother has now bought a property in Enclave on the Park. She moved in February, and again, she's thrilled with it. She hasn't bought a house in 36 years,
And she's
and
alone
she has
now.
looked for a house probably every year for 36 years. But it took that house to sell her, and our convincing her as well that Daniels would take care of everything.
We like to believe that you can walk around Erin Mills and Mississauga and Brampton now, knock on any door you want, and find a happy Daniels Group homeowner.
Awards for design excellence and environmental leadership acknowledge our commitment to build a better world.
At Daniels, we're constantly looking for better ways to build our new homes and communities, to improve on what we do. Can we build our homes with a greater sensitivity to issues of energy conservation and air quality? Can we design our communities in ways to ensure that there are homes for everyone, for people of all ages and incomes? Can we design our homes and these new communities in ways that promote a greater interaction between neighbors? We know that we can. And having the opportunity to provide leadership, we strongly believe that we have a responsibility to do so.
Daniels, because of their reputation, they do set the standards that other builders try to emulate.
I really look at it as it's just my home, and Daniels has made that.
Daniels, building a better world, one home at a time.